Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. A quick review of season 1 for NBA 2K22. I have given this game way too many hours, honestly. So many hours. I'm already probably in the 300 plus, so I think I got something to say about this game. So hope you guys enjoy. This is a live stream, but it's meant to be somewhat of a presentation, normal YouTube video, but we're gonna do it right now and make it work. With that in mind, you are watching Core Battle League's very own Mad Gamer, and we are going to break it all down right here live for you guys. So enjoy. Feel free to show me some love, ask some questions in the comments, do what you do and make it happen. Whether it's live or later, feel free to get involved on this conversation. So the reason I want to do the review is because I do believe now that they have seasons, every season we're gonna have to do reviews for it. So first review is right now, and pretty much to kind of like right off the bat say that it was a great season, and there's reasons for that, and we'll get into why. But there's definitely always things to improve and things to work on every game and in every 2K specifically also. So, you know, I'm just a player who loves the game right now. It's the best 2K I've ever played. And before we get into the details of the season, I want to just talk about one simple thing, which is something I think people kind of forget sometimes, right? In the end of the day, I play video games for the gameplay. I don't care how great your story is or how good your visuals look or what extra features you add to games. If it doesn't have a great gameplay, it's pointless to make the game. So I personally believe 2K did a good job with the gameplay on a lot of levels. There's plenty I can complain about and spend hours on talking about little things, but there's overall the gameplay experience is top notch. Defense, you feel powerful when you create a defensive build. You can really do some work. And then offensively, you know, this year they made it a little overpowered, but I like that because defense is also a strong suit as well. As long as both can be viable, then you're good to go. And before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and showcase my actual PlayStation profile. I play specifically on the PlayStation 5, so my experience is going to be catered to that. I can't speak for every console and all the experiences on different consoles. I would assume most of what I'm going to say is going to still be relevant, but if it isn't, you're playing on the Xbox or PC or Nintendo Switch, or you know, you're playing on a Game Boy or whatever, that's not anything to do with what I have to say. So mostly, as you can see here, it says 352 hours to be exact and counting. Tomorrow I'm going to do a 12-hour stream. By the time you're watching this, hopefully you're going to go watch me live. When the season 2 kicks off, I'll be right in there. All right, so this is my profile. As you can see, my PlayStation profile. 352 hours on this account. Okay, and that is important to note because I'm not just doing a quick review, spending 20 hours on a game and then trying to sell you about something I have not experienced. The game's only been out a month. You know, how many hours in a month? You know, well, maybe a little over a month, but and I'm actually Googling how many hours in a month. Okay, so there's 730 in a month, and I've already spent 300 of that in this game. And just to talk about why and how, there's a lot to talk about with 2K, and to present it to you is going to be a little bit of different sections, which I'm not going to do my team. I'm not going to do the W. I'm not going to do my NBA. I can do play now because I played that, and my career are the two things that I'll talk about most. Overall, gameplay wise, it's still going to be the main conversation out of everything. But full experience for my team, I believe it deserves its own review, and I won't be doing that today. And W as well deserves its own review. So maybe later on in the year, you'll see me do something for those games. But we're doing this for my career mainly and play now, gameplay wise, and then my career. Let's talk about gameplay. We're going to get into play now and all that. But let's just go straight into my career because I can showcase a couple things. I have a 99 here. I believe he's like a 96 or 7, and another one who's like a 98. So all of these characters are very, very high overalls. Okay, so you're talking about, as you can see, this 99 character right here is my 6-7 build. I've experienced what it's like to be a 6-7 wingman style player who can pretty much do it all for you. A little bit of everything. Really great player. And then I've experienced what it was like to be and that was, you saw, it was a 99 overall. And I'm going to just show these guys real quick as I talk, because I think it's important for you to see that I got to experience the game in a variety of ways. I'm not just making one build the same experience. I've experienced the game fully with all the other builds, and I played through the career, and I played through the streets with other players as well. So this right here is my center at 6'10". He's a beast defensively with 98 block. On top of his block, he has amazing finishing in the paint. On top of that, he can shoot really good in the corners or just anywhere, catch and shoot. With a 76 this year is more than enough. Doesn't have playmaking badges because he's not supposed to be dribbling. He's just a catch and shoot, spot up center, or in the paint beast. So I do have passing high so that he can kick the ball out, and we're not going to get into every build and break all that down. I just wanted to give you all an understanding. These builds are made specifically with certain attributes and certain setups so that they can be masterful. Okay, and I took my time, and I think I know what I'm talking about. As you can see, I played enough. I'm not just some guy making a review to try to get clicks, especially a month and a half later when the game's already old. But we're going to talk about the season in a second. I just want to go into the last player. When I have 4 of them, but this would be the last one I'll show because the other one, you know, it's too much to go into all of them. So this one's 67, pretty much 66, 96. I'm sorry, and it's a play shot, basically a playmaking shot creator type of build where it's just fast. It can really do some damage with 3-pointers, amazing dribble, and just a well-rounded play shot when it comes to that specific style of play. All right, and now without further ado, we're gonna get into the season portion of what I was talking about while I talk about the gameplay as well. We're gonna dive into gameplay and try to discuss some of the experiences. And I wish I could just put gameplay in the background, and I probably should, but I'm not gonna do that right now. We're gonna just stick to conversations and break it all down as we go there. So again, the gameplay this year is spot on in a lot of ways. For the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm responsible for my actions in 2K. Everything from shooting, from defense. I can't blame 2K like in the past where I would slide like crazy on defense, or my shot would be extremely delayed when I'm online playing versus modes. That is not the case anymore. Now it's all about me timing my shot properly, me getting my rhythm in and really doing justice to my flow. So for example, I'm not the best, greatest shooter in the game by far, but I probably won't miss much here unless I start taking crazy shots. But the point is this is my responsiveness while I'm online or offline. It's the same for me. There's not much of a difference. Now I do have high-speed internet, and I'm not connected wired. I'm actually wireless, and I still experience 99% of the time a good experience without having lag and having issues. Whether I'm playing 5s, I'm playing 2s, whatever mode I am playing, I can experience it in a way where it feels good. And this is critical because that is just a general quality of life experience. But with that in mind, we're going to talk about like dribbles and gameplay. You can see these dribbles. You know, there's so many great moves this year. They even put this new one in where you can do this small. Let me do it in front of the camera here. There he goes. Oh, wait. Well, I can't do it. There goes my review. There it is. Oh, that's not the one. There it is. But all of these moves feel fluid. Everything feels good about the game overall. I can really experience it as best as I can, whether I'm a dribble head like with this build, or when I'm playing as my 6'7" player, he can still do some good work. And it's really fluid. And I'm so impressed by 2K taking it to the next level. Now, of course, I'm on next gen. I can't speak for current gen. I don't know how it feels. Honestly, haven't played a game on current gen. I went into current gen, made like 4 builds, and I just wasn't interested in playing it yet. I know I will by the end of the year. I mean, you purchase something, you want to experience it and see if it's any good. But the point behind that is, you know, current gen has the same gameplay. So this is where I feel like if you don't have a PlayStation 5, you can still enjoy the gameplay, but it might not be as fluid, or there might be some type of issues, and I don't want to get into all of that conversation. But the principle here is gameplay is really good. And this year, you know, playing online is one of the most important things when you want to hang out with some friends and you just want to enjoy the game. So they did a good job with that. And this is, we're going to get back into the streets and playing 2-on-2s or 3-on-3s, etc. later. But I did want to get into the sim side of it. As a sim head, this is how I originally started playing video games. Before there was online, I was only playing offline basketball video games and playing against the CPU 99% of the time when I first started playing video games. So till this day, I still have that gene in me, even though I hang out online and play sim a lot. I mean, I'm sorry, I play in the city a lot. I'm still a sim head at heart, and I enjoy playing Play Now, you know, my team, my NBA. Why this year, my guy Dazar, I believe that's how you say his name. I don't even know how to say his name. I call him Dazar, but he's a developer for 2K, and he's worked on the AI, and I feel like they're so much more responsive than ever before, and it feels like they are trying to actually adjust to you, which is a rare sighting in all sports team-based games. No offense to football or baseball, it just feels like they're usually programmed, and all of them are, and of course you're gonna still figure out ways to manipulate the AI, and I can do a lot of moves. You know, one of my favorites, easy, is just a quick step back and then hit the 3, and it's hard to guard, but with the AI, they don't catch on too much. After a while, when you hit a lot of shots, they'll start playing you tight, and then you have to adjust and get aggressive on them to try to get some room. And those are the type of things I think, you know, as the future goes on, we're going to see a lot of quicker adjustments, and I'm excited to see it. I'm very, very, very happy with where they're at right now, and hopefully the future continues to build on top of it. All right, so that's pretty much it for gameplay. I can go like write a whole book on it. It's too much details to get into. There's a lot of nitpicking I can do. You know, for example, They just put out a patch, so this is where I gotta play for longer than just a couple hours, which they put out a patch where plucking, trying to steal the ball, is limited. And it worked on shooting. They worked on so many different gameplay things. It's getting better and better and better. So we'll get into gameplay a little more later again, but I wanted to get into the official season before it ends and kind of just go over things. For me, I'm not big on any of these rewards. It doesn't matter what they put in here. It's not the end of the world reason why I play. And the reason I'm bringing this up second is because gameplay comes first. Like I said, I want to enjoy the game I'm playing. These rewards will mean nothing if I wasn't enjoying the game. I got to 40 not because I was trying to get to 40. I got to 40 because I enjoyed playing the game. I had fun in the process of playing the game. Now, I'm somebody who played solo 98% of the time I played 2K for this first season. So I've earned this extremely difficult 40. All right, I started off and played most of my time alone. The reason why this is important to note is because a lot of people do that, right? A lot of us are not like being social and just hanging out and playing the games we play, and it's a bad thing. So I'll recommend everybody to get out there, go to Discords, try to connect with other players and build a group. I do have groups. I'm gonna act like I'm a loner when I'm not. I have tons of groups on here. As you can see, 74 people on the 2K group, another 26 here, another 42 on this NBA one, another 2K one that I have here. I have more people on here, more than ever. So I have the people to play with, but I just wanted to play 2K kind of on my own this year and just experience it for myself without having the influence of friends or other people to kind of like dictate what my mindset is. And doing that really gave me the pleasure of just like seeing what I feel about 2K. You know, nobody influenced the thoughts, and it was nice. With that in mind, I enjoyed it. With that in mind, it was because of the gameplay, and these rewards don't matter. There's pretty much, I'm going to give you all a total of how many rewards out of the 40 that I cared about. Okay, of course these boosts are cool, but we shouldn't have to pay for boost. We shouldn't have to buy boost. You know, I'm just gonna be honest, 2K robs us, and this is a different conversation, not just for the review where they're stealing, literally stealing money from us. You have to pay to level up in 2K, which is another conversation. Then they have these boosts where you gotta pay to be able to have a better shot. So it's basically pretty much pay to win, which is a different conversation. So I can't add any of these boosts to the 2K rewards overall. All right, so those don't count, but these do, which are reputation points. This is how to level up faster in your season, which was an incredible feature added, and I hope they add way more next year, so the people can just push through the game when they feel like it. These are tokens, pretty much coins, where you can spend them to give yourself 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours to be able to get double XP, so you can level up faster. All right, like I said, these Gatorades are irrelevant. They should not exist in the game. This is good and bad, which is clothing giving you extra attributes. It's kind of crazy, but hey, it is what it is. So we'll go with 1 so far. 2, well, actually 2 already. The XP and then the arm. That's 2. 3 with another XP. And the reason I'm doing this is so you guys can understand something. 4 with the extra block. 5 with the extra XP. 6 with the mid-range. 7 with the double XP. 8 with the double XP. 9 with 1 extra badge. And that's it. Not a big deal with the vehicle, to be honest with you guys. It's cool to have, but it's not like is some. So pretty much 9 out of 40 were rewards that I felt were like, oh, this is nice. I'm pretty much never going to wear the jacket. I'm pretty much, for my team, these probably won't do anything for me. Banners, some of these are not great. You know, the different color skates. Book bag, really not something, you know. So these rewards aren't exactly most exciting thing to get. Will I use them? Sure. And I have already used some of these things, but they aren't like game changing, like, yo, I gotta have this. So for me, it was what it was. Wasn't a big deal. Okay. And the best part of the season was the gameplay. If you're playing for season rewards and you're not playing to enjoy the game, you're playing, you know, to say I got to 40. I don't do that. I'm not here to race you to 40 to say, look at what I did. We don't get some type of, you know, bonus money or bonus whatever clout for doing that. And I'm not discouraging anybody, because I get it. The race to legend is a nice culture thing for 2K. But the truth is, if you're not enjoying the gameplay, don't play the game. I don't care what game it is. 2K did the gameplay right. The only reason I got to 40 was because of the gameplay, and I think I might get to 40 every season from here on out. So I would suggest everybody to do the same here with this, enjoying gameplay first, and then we'll go from there. As I was talking about the coins, I still have 4 hours. What's that? 4 hours of XP, and I'm already at level 40. I really wasn't using that to get there. And now, you know, this review is basically to explain it. The gameplay was the key for me that kept me playing, and I've enjoyed it that much. And now I'm going to talk about some gameplay things and break some things down. One of the best parts about this game is, for the offline players, one of the best things is the NBA career really had some fun little features that you can really get deep into. When you get drafted, there's a rumor that they really didn't want to draft you, and you know, then you're not a starter also. So then you can complain to the coach, you can complain to the public, or you can do different options to try to get yourself a starter role. And I've done 3 different ways, well, 4 different ways with all the players. One, I tweeted and liked somebody's tweet about me getting more minutes. Another one, I went straight to the coach. Other one, I went straight to the GM. And you know, there's different results, and they pretty much all lead for you to have to work your way up to become a starter regardless. And then from there, there's a thing about you wanting to get traded and go in from that. And those are just fun little story elements if you're into that type of thing that you can do. And then of course, throughout this whole area, there's endless amounts of missions for you to do. And it's pretty cool because every single mission has something different. All right, so maybe it's a challenge to get 10 contact dunks. Another one is, hey man, go do this or that. And it's just small little, you know, quest for you to achieve to get something out of it. And sometimes of course they're not worth it, and it's just like, I'm not gonna bother. And there are times where it's really good to do them because you're gonna get a lot out of it. For example, I can fast travel now pretty much to all the courts easily. We're gonna skip this quest, but this is an example where he's gonna talk to me for a second, and then they're gonna give me a quest here. Activate 10 takeovers in any affiliation. I'm gonna get some VC, I'm gonna get some MVP points, and some season level up XP. All right, cool. Now see, this is a feature I unlocked by doing a lot of quests. Simple feature, fast travel. This is incredible. Now I can fast travel to my home which is in the middle of the city. But that's not all. There's cool little features that they added. For example, when I go in here now, I can fast travel to any park. My home court is Beach from the East, so we're gonna head over there. So these features right here are not a big deal, and it's not something we asked for or that we feel like it's gotta be here, but it helps the experience and the quality of life. Like, I just want to get to my court and call it a day. And then when I'm done and I'm like wanting to go back and let's just say to a different court or just go straight to my home area, I can just pop up and I'm instantly back in my apartment area. And this is one of the small but many little features in the game. And when I show the map, you know, you're talking about a tons of little quests right here. All these yellow markers are quests. As a matter of fact, we're gonna just activate quest only. As you can see, all of these markers are quests in the match. And then there's courts all over the city, and then points of interest where I can spawn at, and of course the stores, all of the stores. Those are some of the features in the city. And the reason why this is important is because you're going to be in the city a lot, regardless if you're just playing ball like me. After finishing all these quests, season 2 is going to be a different experience, and I think 2K is going to have to take that into account. I'm going to see how it feels. I think for season 2 I might not have the same experience as season 1. Season 1 I enjoyed it. I played a lot of my career. I played a lot of ball in the streets with other players. I tried everything in this whole game. So I pretty much haven't missed out on anything in this map. I got into it all. Season 2 I'm going to focus more on actually competing and playing good and playing with some really solid players, getting deep into the game. And that is going to be the key function of what I'm going to do going forward. But that being said, season 1 was incredible, giving it way too much time, and I've enjoyed every single second of it, to be honest with you. There's improvements that we can get into about gameplay features or just gameplay in general. They cleaned up Michael Jackson moonwalk problem. I used it as well, but it was basically just an easy way for players to get open, which wasn't skill based and was more exploit based. And I used it too, but it wasn't cheating. It's a part of the game until they take it out, and they took it out, which is nice. Simply slowing down the player before they do the moonwalk. Those are the type of things you want to see. And I got so many ideas, and I mean, 2K got to pay me. They got to start paying me big millions of dollars. Like I don't know who they got in their salary. They gets paid $1 million a year, but I'll take $1 million a year to work for 2K. But I'm only gonna work 30 hours a week, and I'm gonna work from home. I ain't going to the office unless I feel like it. All right, that's what the deal is. You know, I've never wanted a job in 2K, but I feel like they need me and they deserve me. But that's a different convo, man. But so that's the review on most of it. I'm not gonna get too crazy. I just wanted to do a quick 30-minute review on breaking this down. Gameplay wise has been incredible, and of course I could probably show gameplay, but I'm not gonna do that. So you've seen the quests. There's so many quests in here, from trivia, music trivia, to fashion. You become a music artist in the game. There's so many layers. My career has been a lot of fun for me. I've enjoyed it. And then of course the badges and so much more in the setup. So that's what I got for y'all when it comes to the review for now. I'm gonna do a preview tomorrow. I'm gonna probably play like 12 hours tomorrow. That's how crazy I'm gonna go of NBA 2K second season. I don't know if I can last 12 hours. I'm kind of old, but we're gonna try. And if I get too tired, I'm just gonna get off, call it a night. But I'll be on around 12 until late night. From 12 in the afternoon until late night is the goal. Previewing 2K's new season and kind of just seeing what is new. Now, I don't expect much because all that you can really add is new quest, the new rewards, and then that's it. All right. So, thank y'all for watching. Apologies for everybody that's on the chat. I'm gonna look at you guys in a minute, but for everybody else that's watching this later on YouTube, thank you so much. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Was my career season worth it for you? I had a good time. I'm hoping season 2 is also a good time. Honestly, people been calling me up to play Pro-Am, and I haven't even made a build for Pro-Am specifically, which I definitely feel like I will. Maybe this weekend or something, I'll make a couple of builds for Pro-Am and just for like competitive scenes for people, and then maybe for myself too. But other than that, see you guys tomorrow, or see you guys this week. If you are watching this later in the year, come to my live streams, man. This is what I do, baby. Very short stream today, but we do what it do. Hey man, peace and love. Take care of yourselves out there. See you tomorrow.